As usual, I'm Dr. Oyekanmi, and I'm to take you in the course Education, Culture, and Society. Before we start this course, I want us to see briefly what the family is. Obiu sees the family, describe the family as two or more people related by blood, marriage, or adoption, who often live together in the same household. From this definition, we'll be able to deduce that in a family setting, people come together, they live together, they share common interests, common goal, and common aspiration. And we have seen that they are bound together biologically, and it could be through adoption. A marriage is formed through a family is formed through marriage. So, and it is a component of the society. It is a unit of the society. It is the cradle of the society. It is the bedrock of the society. It is the aggregate. The aggregate of families constitute the society. The aggregate, the sum total of family in a given geographical area constitutes the society. So from this, we will deduce obviously that the family is families are parts of the society. The society is the whole, while the families are its parts. So the parts they are as a part of the family, as part of the society, the family has some functions, some roles to perform in order to contribute to the progress and development of the society. For example, the family is a social as institution and it socializes. So as a social institution, as a socializing agency in society, it acts to impart to the child the culture and the subculture of society. The child not only learns over behavior, he also learns social, moral, and economic values. How children relate to adults and how men relate to women. How to curb aggressiveness and yet cultivate competitiveness. How to develop loyalties and how to seek for self-achievement. The overall expectancies and way of life of the group are transmitted through the family. Ethnic, religious, racial, and social groups maintain their differences through the time to the extent to which different families provide their offspring with distinctive patterns of thought. You see, when we talk of culture, we have three major types of culture: sociological culture, technological culture, and ideological culture. So it is this family that introduce the children into the culture of the society and the subculture of the society. The culture is the pattern of life, is the way of life that is embraced or that it is professed or adopted by the majority of people in the society. While the subculture are the one that are professed by some group, although they share the same culture with the larger society, but they have their own subculture, like the use of culture, and we have the culture of girls, the way they behave. That is their own subculture. It's different from sometimes it may be different from the one that is professed by the larger society. So from this what we have been saying this morning, we will know that a family is just a part, is just an aspect of the society. The society is the whole, while the families form the parts. So you can now understand the the past in terms of the whole. You cannot understand the family unless you understand the society. And that is why the society is more concrete than the family. Now, we want to see how this society, how it is structured, and the types of society we have, and the type of families we have. We have nuclear family, which is very common to Nigerians, and we also have extended family. The nuclear family is father, mother, and their children, and some there can be adoptions also in the family. People can come and live with them. This is because they are under the same roof, they eat the same food, so they still constitute a family. And the extended family goes beyond that. It covers those people, the grandmother, the grandfather, the uncle, the auntie, and so on and so forth. So in that is the the broad types of family that we have in Africa. And when we talk of the structure, the family is headed by a father. So when you want to talk of the hierarchical setup or the structural setup of the family, that is followed by the elder children at home. And these elder children, they help the mother. The mother has specific role to play in the family. She cooks for the family. She takes care of the young one. The same thing with the elder children that they follow their mother in the hierarchy. The elder children, they take care of the younger ones also, and they also do uh, some job at home. But the youngest ones, that is the children of the family, they run errands, they fetch water. Everybody has his own duty, his own role to perform. While the father is the breadwinner and is the primary, the major controller of the home, he has his own role. He provides for the family, he provides shelter, food, and clothing. From this setup of the family, the children they learn through imitation. They learn from there they have their own sense of responsibility. They want to be responsible. They want to be responsible, and that introduces them to the role they are going to play in the larger society. So right from the home is a social institution where there are unwritten rules, unwritten regulations. Their behaviors and conducts are regulated through rewards and through punishment or discipline. Let me call it discipline. So a home is a social unit, is a social institution. And in the home is not only the family is not only a social institution, it also socializes. It socializes in the sense that all those children learn through imitation, all those responsibilities of the father, the mother, the other children, they are learned by the younger ones. They are imbibed by the younger ones. So when they leave that place, they move out and they exercise those virtues they learn from their parents. So what and the family is not only so, but it socializes. That socialization is a socializing agent, is the major factor because it introduces the child to the outside society. It introduces the norms, the virtues, the values, what the society cherishes, what it admires, what it prized in the home introduces the child to it, such as the home teaches the child how to all these all these virtues, love, honesty, tolerance, justice, truthfulness, benevolence, sanctity for human life, respect for property. All this they are learned from home. All this honesty they are learned from home. So in this very attitude, the home socializes, the home is social and it socializes. And the school, before we go into this our title proper, the title remember it is the home or the family as a social foundation for formal schooling. That is to say, how does the situation, the condition of home help the child to fix properly into the school social condition or into the school social environment? Because the home has exposed the child to some social activities. So it will not be difficult for the child now to adapt or to acclimatize himself or herself to the school environment. So the home is actually a preparatory ground for for formal schooling. And we can also see this preparatory aspect right from the functions of the school and the home. There are similarities in their functions. The functions of the school and the function of the home, they converge at various aspects. The school shares the same value. What the school shares the same value with the home. So when the school and the home, when they are transmitting or when they are professing the same values, then there is continuity. So what the child learns at home, he does not unlearn it when he gets to school. So like all these things that I mentioned that have been taught at home, all this respect for others, all this how to dress corporately, if the school does not transmit negative values from that which is transmitted by the home, then there is continuity and there is smooth transition from what the school holds and what the family is preparing the child for. So a child now is the rules and regulations in the school at home. The school also has its own rules and regulations. But because the school, the child is regulated by the parents' rewards, by the parents' chastisement, and by the parents' guidance to tell it. When he gets to school, he doesn't need much. It has reduced the workload of the school in order to reform or to remove him. He doesn't need any other extra something. So because the school and the family they share the same goal, they now it is very the home is a preparatory class for the let us take what R.S. Peters said for instance. R.S. Peters said there is the need for rule of law to be employed in the school operation. Without the school law, without law in the school regulating the conduct of the pupils, the whole education will become a toil of Babel because education or teaching requires that a large number of children will be put in a very small classroom and they have to stay together and learn. So without rule of law, without something regulating their behavior, the classroom will become a tower of Babel. The right of others, the right of ones will be exercised at the expense of the right of others. Somebody will stand up and be making noise, he will be disturbing others from learning. So what is operative in the school, in the family, the decorum that has been created in the at home, the peace that has been created at home will now help the child to be able to contribute to the peaceful and the stability of the school environment. And as I was saying, I said there is similarity, there is continuity between what the school is transmitting and what the family is progressing. I'm not trying to say that the school transmits exactly the same value with what is being done in the family. No. I'm saying that but the area of convergence is massive and pervasive. It's more than the area of divergence. There are areas of divergence for what like let's take for example, the family teaches chastity before marriage. Why the school teaches sex education? They teach you how to avoid unwanted pregnancy. The family teaches sanctity and respect for human life. The school teaches euthanasia, they teach abortion and all sorts of things. But where they converge, where they come together, where they agree together is pervasive. And that is where what we are stressing. If we stress where they diverge, then the school functions will be useless. Because if there is conspicuous or there are remarkable diversities between what the school transmits and what the family transmits, then education will become useless because they cannot they should there should be continuity in what the school progresses and in what the family transmits and even in what the society transmits. When the society progresses honestly, the school also must uphold that principle. The family must uphold the principle. If not so, the whole system will be dysfunction. So Alex Peter said, without something regulating the children, the school system become a total of Babel. The home is a social institution where people relate favorably with one another. And let me tell you one thing, humanism is a relational concept. It is out nobody a human being is not a one thing that can live unto himself and die unto himself. It's not a contemplative being that all his thought start on him and ends with him. He has to consider other people. And it is in this regard that we consider all education as moral education. Education is a process with a goal. The process is teaching and learning, but the goal is good living. Even education in the whole Africa was for good living for everybody, not for the stable number of citizens, or it is for everybody. Whether it is science, technological education, vocational education, any education is the end result, the goal is for people to live well, and it is for everybody to live well, not a fractional percentage of citizenry. And Louis et al. Made one assertion. They said value develops in and around the home. That is to say, a home is a place where value discourse pervade and permeate. It is a place where there are rules, do's and don'ts, does and undoes, good and bad. You get what I'm saying now? So if it is at home that you know what is good, what is right, your obligation, your duty, your responsibility as a citizen, as a member of the family. So what it is value. It's a word of value. It's a word of value. It's a place. A home is a place where value why value principles are inculcated into the young ones. So if you impart value principles at home, and according to Piaget, Erickson, and Freud, they said whatever that what adult is presently had been with him when he was a child. At least he learned between the between 3 and 5 years before the school age. What he is at presently as an adult, he had been with him right from when he was when he was a small child, when he was an infant. So a child now, a child that has been formed, that has been built right from home, even throughout his life, is going to be living according to that moral induction that was passed to him or her at childhood. So a child at that very age, before school age, till adolescence, the family still has some control. The family still has some control on the child. Right from that 3, 4, 5 till he reaches the age of 17 or 18. You get what I'm saying now? So the family actually serves as social foundation for formal schooling. And it is at home a child will learn how to dress properly, corporately, how to greet elders, how to respect people's opinion, how to respect people's property, so that he will not become discouraged, and how to have to value his own handwork, how to respect also what he can do with his own hand. So if he could value what he could do with his own hand, he will not have the tendency to go and destroy other people's handwork. And you know the problem we have in this country now is vandalization of property, reduced rebellion. So a child who actually pass through the stages of of uh, of socialization successfully at home will not go out and destroy people's property. So we have seen what I have said. So a child now is prepared, is formed by the parents through his relationship with the parents and with the other siblings and with even with the people around. With the people around him, he has some neighbors. So the way he relates with neighbors, because family is not only limited to people eating together in the same household. No, it extends to people living very close, nearby, people you interact, people who are your significant others, immediate social significant others. So with the relationship now with the parents, with the siblings, a child now is molded, is structured in order to adapt to the school life, in order to cope with the school life. He does not find sitting down, listening to teachers, relating with friends difficult if he is well tutored, if he is well guided right from home. Thank you.